Petri dish, the Petri dish, the Petri dish.
This is
The Petri dish, the Petri dish, the Petri dish. This is the Petri dish. There's something growing in here, and it's broken monitors. I can't hear myself because I turned the thing down. There we go. Now we can hear ourselves. Remember last week when I said I had it all figured out, and then I immediately started this off wrong? Overconfidence. That's what's growing today. It's an overabundance of confidence. Sitting down and not being able to... My microphone wasn't even in front of my mouth yet. I was like, I got this shit. You know what I did do ahead of time, though, is I made sure to set my monitors and my computer to not shut off. If it was like set it like for if it's idle for 15 minutes, then turn off, and then go to sleep after 30 minutes. I'm like, I tried to sit here for an hour. I can't.
Yeah.
So yeah, I fixed that.
Good job.
Other than that, just not doing much else. I haven't cleaned shit in like a week.
Nope.
Yeah, we had like one healthy day. We had one healthy day, two cheat days. Yeah, then we had two very large cheat days, and then like the rest were just all maintaining. Mm-hmm. So I'd say this week for health, we are in the red.
Yeah. I did do my MRI though, and I'm very proud about that. That's true. Yeah, you got it all done. I was really nervous at first. I didn't know how to even think about how to feel about it because I'd never been in an enclosed space before. Never had anything like that done to me. I've only given blood like 2 or 3 times. Like,
and yours was it was like you had to put your head in there, right?
Yeah.
Like it was
they were taking pictures of my head and my neck, and so they basically did it like up to my shoulders, and so like prepping me, they put some saline in me to like see if it like they got a good vein and whatnot, and that smelled weird, and then.
It smelled weird because it went through your body and you could smell it inside your nose, right?
Like,
because that's the weird fun science thing. Like they put something in your blood and then you can smell it because there's a bunch of it.
Yeah.
So you got salt in your body and then you could smell it through your own nostril blood vessels.
And like I don't like needles or anything, and so when she put the saline. Or when she put the little thing in me, like, I felt like I couldn't even move my arm
like
the whole time.
IV drip? You were just like, don't move, it'll fall out.
Yeah. She's like, the needle's not in you anymore. I said, you're fucking lying. It's there. I know it's there.
I'm not going to lie. Every time I've given blood, I kind of test to see what I can get away with on it not falling out. Because, like, I usually do either, like, double platelets or plasma, like, things that take, like, 45 minutes, So
you're disgusting.
I'm in there, and... what they usually do is they do the needle in the arm, they tape it down there, and they tape it to my wrist so that there's 2 points of it. Like, if someone trips, it's not going to fully yank out, But every once in a while, I'll be there, because you got to squeeze anyway with that hand so the blood keeps flowing. And so I'm squeezing, and I'll kind of give, like, a little flex and kind of move my arm a little, just to see.
Why?
Because, like, I want to know... how secure it is, like I want to know that it's not just gonna like fall out.
Just so you guys know, blood makes me cringe. I can't with it,
which is terrible.
So talking about it just makes me
which is terrible with how frequently I get bloody noses and live in the desert, and so it's just I can't
even look at you.
Yeah, I do a lot of embarrassing things. The fact that the one thing I have to hide from you is getting a bloody nose, like it's not even my fault. It's not a thing I can control, and that's the thing I have to hide from you. Like you could walk into our bedroom and I could be like butt naked with a pineapple, and you'd be like,
"What's the pineapple for?"
Exactly.
Can I join?
Exactly. And yet, if I had a bloody nose during that, you'd walk in and go, "What the fuck?"
I would. I'm traumatized. I don't know what to tell you. I just remember like when I was little. I told you this story once. We were at a birthday party for my friend Shelby, and one of the girls got a bloody nose, and she was crying the whole time, and I was helping her like put the stuff to her nose, and then all of a sudden this huge blood clot came out, and oh my god, I can't. And then one time Jeremy got a bloody nose, my little brother, and he was at the neighbor's house, and he came back because I was supposed to be watching him. And he had like this, it looked like a whole roll of paper towels to his face. And the whole thing was bloodied. And I was like, I instantly got up and walked out the door. And I was like, whose ass am I going to beat? Like, oh my God. He's like, seriously, Alisha, no, nobody did nothing to me. I swear. Just come sit with me. He was so calm and collected.
And you were just like, somebody has to die.
I was freaking out because I didn't know how else to feel about it. And someone attacked my baby. But apparently it was because he went from really, really hot to really, really cold. Mm-hmm. And that's what caused the bloody nose. And I just...
You were ready to beat the temperature's ass.
I was.
Yeah, I mean...
Manteca and heat, you're going down.
Like, I don't know if it was some kind of like... if it was some kind of environmental thing that made it happen, and actually after not having a dog anymore, it stopped a lot less. Oh. It's fine. I like dogs more than I care. So, but like, I still remember growing up, it mostly happened in Hawaii, which is weird because it's moist there, you know, like it's humid and hot. You feel like that would be good sinus stuff, but I feel like it was at least once a week, if not like 2 to 3 times a month in different intervals. I would just have terrible bloody noses. Like I couldn't make them stop. All I could do was just like lean my head back and just start drinking it, you know, like, and everyone's always just like, oh, don't do that. It's bad for you. I'm like, after a while, I can only have so much blood leave my body.
I'm right. I need to keep my blood.
Yeah.
Ew.
I was like,
God.
Like, especially when it happened at school, they would like, ooh, go to the nurse. I was like, I can't tell you how little the nurse is going to do for me. Yeah. You know, like I would much rather just sit here with my head back in class, pretending I'm still learning and not getting a fucking like absence or tardy thing because like the nurse is just going to tell me like, ooh, lean forward and don't press down here, press up here instead. I'm like, it's not going to work. It's just going to keep coming. Just let me go back to fucking class. So eventually I would just be in the nurse's office and I would just sit upright and just snort as much as I could until I could feel it dry out the blood vessel.
Okay, and on that note, anyways,
I would just go back to
MRI
class.
that I did.
Yeah, so MRIs. No blood involved in the MRIs.
Nope. So saline thing stuck in my arm. I feel real gross. And then they lead me in. And instantly, as soon as I walk in the room, I start crying. And they're like, oh, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. I hope you're not claustrophobic. I'm like, I don't know if I'm claustrophobic. But I was just crying more of not the process, but the results, you know, and just that was on my mind.
Yeah.
And then she has the earbuds in her hands and I can see the earbuds and I'm like, oh no. Oh my God, I'm going to have to wear those. If you guys don't know, I am very sensitive when it comes to my ears. I have to have my ears covered when I'm sleeping. I don't like my ears being touched.
Don't like things in them. That's what you don't like, the earbuds with the little rubbers things at the end because those go too much. Yeah.
It's in my ear and I don't like it. I only like what I can control, Q-tips. And even then, I don't really like that either. And so I saw her folding them in her fingertips, and then I was like, "Oh my God, she's gonna put those in my ears." Fuck! And she put them in my ears, and I just bawled more. And I was like, "Are you sure I have to wear them?" She's like, "The machine's really loud." I'm like, "That's fine. Lots of concerts up front on the speaker. I can do it." No. And then on top of the earbuds, she put headphones on, and I felt like the headphones were pushing the earbuds in more, and it was so uncomfortable. And then I got in the machine, and she locked my head in because they have like that little like cage.
Yeah, they have to like not like strap your head down, but they have to have it like around your head to get the imaging. Yeah,
and so she put like this like cloth over my eyes and then locked me in. And she's like, it's not even going to be that long. We were in there for an hour and a half. I had to lay still for like an hour and a half, which I actually found the machine very relaxing. I liked the loud because it felt like a vibration and
it's kind of meditative, you know, like if it's rhythmic and it's just going, so you're like, whatever, I'll just lay back.
And the headphones, they got to play music off of Spotify for me, so I got to listen to Bobby the whole time, so it felt like he was there with me, and that was really comforting. And then, but like maybe halfway through it, cannot stop thinking about the earbuds, and I couldn't think of anything else. I felt so uncomfortable, and I hit the little button to call her, and I was like, please give me a moment without them. Just 2 seconds. No, I swear I'll put them back in for the rest of the time. And then she said, I can't take you out because then we're going to have to start all over from the beginning. And I was like, oh, God. So then she put me back in, and I was crying because of the earbuds. And then I calmed myself, and I almost fell asleep, and then it was done.
What a week you've had.
Yeah.
Yeah, while she was going through that, I was trying to decide whether we wanted Big Macs or Capriati's. So I was also having a hard time. We decided on Little Caesars.
And then we just ate like shit all day. And honestly, like, I'm really glad that we did, even though it hurt the next day.
Yeah, full cheat day. That way it makes you not want to do it again for a while.
Yeah, but I don't know. It was a very emotionally stressful day, and I just wanted to eat like shit.
Mm-hmm. And then I made us some nice fatty pasta yesterday. But, it was homemade, so it was good. But it was full fat cream, lots of cheese, pasta, and shrimp. And I actually I peeled the leaves off of all the Brussels sprouts so we could have a nice little vegetable thing in there. Yeah,
that was really nice.
So I made us some nice pasta for dinner, and we've been getting into the cheesiest Netflix romance thing.
I love them.
It's called Firefly Lane.
It's so good. It's got some trigger warnings in there, just so everyone's aware.
Yeah, pretty much anything you could be triggered by is in there. Like literally anything.
They talk about, they show rape.
Yeah.
They straight up show it.
And a miscarriage.
Going through divorce.
Having to hide being gay.
Uh-huh.
It's all in there. It's all in there.
Yeah. The first day that we were watching it, like, I'm not going to lie, I was very triggered all day. Like, we watched that crime episode, and then, like, how calm okay. So we've been watching these catching predators kind of shows.
To Catch a Predator.
Yeah, To Catch a Predator. And this guy went to go meet up with a 13-year-old and to basically have sex. And he talked about marriage and stuff. It was so gross.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me back it up because it was episodes of To Catch a Predator that are up because Chris Hansen has like his own YouTube videos now, so he's trying to promote. And so this one was a 44-year-old dude trying to meet a 13-year-old, and he kept talking about marriage contracts would make it not illegal, and it was super creepy. Mm-hmm. And he shows up so overconfident that even while Chris Hansen is interviewing him,
he's eating pizza.
He's just eating pizza. Like, who are you? Why are you here? Like, questioning him. Like, dude, you're a pedophile getting caught. Have some fear in your eyes.
Yeah.
It's so insane how casual he was. He was just like sloppy eating it too.
Sloppy eating it. It was
he
literally
needed a napkin.
Falling all over the place.
Yeah.
He went at one point.
He had to slurp the sauce and cheese into his mouth. It was fucking nuts.
I wanted to throw up the entire time we were watching it. Like
how casual can a pedophile be about them going to go meet a child that they can be comfortable enough to eat pizza?
Yeah.
Like a monster. Not even like...
I want to throw up just talking about it.
So...
So we watched that, and then we watched the
Firefly Lane.
Firefly Lane, and as much as I really love that show, it was just a lot in one day.
Yeah, like the first 3 episodes are super heavy because they have to set up like the tone of the whole show. It lightens up a little bit, and in fact, like the couple episodes after it are almost comedically dramatic, and the tone shifts are so wild.
Yeah.
Like one episode, it was like, ooh, we're just kids having a fun time in a house. And then it's like, and now we have to deal with the mom being like a hippie dancing around. And then it's always like just on the edge. You're like, is she going to freak out? But she's not that kind of crazy mom. She's just like a hippie that doesn't care about her daughter. Mm-hmm. So you're just like, okay, that tension is diffused. And then it moves into like, and now we're in South America with one of the characters getting, like, people murdered in the cartel. I was like, why did it go from their fun childhood to this part? And then they're like, and now to a wedding. And so, like, it's hard to follow because there's, like, 4 or 5 different timelines, and they don't ever give you a chance to catch up.
Yeah.
But it's not the most complicated storyline. Like, it's very tropey of all the kind of like... It's basically like a different Lifetime movie every episode. Mm-hmm. But it's written so on the nose that it works. It's so interesting to watch, and I love it. It's got Katherine
Heigl.
It's got Katherine Heigl. She's not my favorite, but it's also got Sarah Chalk from Scrubs, and also she's Beth in Rick and Morty. So like,
I didn't know that part.
yeah. So like, she's the thing that kind of holds it together for me because I'm like, she's never not likable, but Katherine Heigl is always a bitch. But they're very much playing into who they seem to be portraying all the time in this series, so it works.
Yeah.
And so like, the fact that Katherine Heigl is always unlikable really plays into her character needing that redemption for herself anyway. So I like where this thing is going, but it's
too.
Also...
We've got like, what, 2 or 3 more episodes left?
I'm worried we only have one episode, and there is a lot of loose ends to cover. I'm so mad. What's going to happen to Mutt? What's going to happen to him? He deserves something too.
We're not going to find out what
No,
happens
of course
to
not.
Mutt.
But he did have a very
He's a side
graceful
character.
exit. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just there's so much going on, and also not that much. Like I feel like I can't see all of it coming, but when the things happen, I'm like, you fucking would. Like, that is the exact thing that I would expect.
Yeah.
Like when she has to give the wedding speech, and of course the sister's actually going to write it because she's writing everything all the time.
Well, that's their duo.
Yeah.
One's the writer, one's the publicist.
Yeah. One's the pretty face.
Yeah. But I thought that was really sweet because the sister Kate just really wanted to give her brother a good wedding speech. And because he's closer with Tully, because Tully knows his secret, she knows who he really is, then,
she can deliver it better.
Yeah. And the fact that Tully didn't know what to say because she knew everything she was going to say was a lie. I thought that was really like sweet about how honest she was being without being honest. And I think it worked out beautifully.
So yeah, guys, watch Firefly Lane because you might also spend an entire week going, what? Just like I've been.
It's worth it. We're going to finish it like tomorrow.
Yeah.
Before we go to Daisy's.
Or maybe just after this.
Maybe. Hopefully.
I'm hooked. I need to see how it ends.
2 hours before my nap, so...
We'll figure it out. Like, honestly, there's not much else has been happening this week. I had band practice. Me and Jesse went by and laid down some jams. Go follow Sad Giants on Instagram because we are going to start putting more things on there because we have to. Yeah. What's his face? Jarrett Reddick, the lead singer of Bowling for Soup. He just followed us on Instagram. I feel validated. Other than that
was really cool.
Yeah, like I've just been working on music and trying to figure out being creative now with a slightly more regulated brain, because now I'm like, I don't know, like I can do stuff and it's fine, and then the day is over. I have to remember that that's fine, to just that the days exist, and that's nice that every day is an entire day that isn't filled with either a flurry of manic creativity and other things, or nothing, just a void of nothingness. So yeah, that's my week. What you got? You got things stuck in your ears?
It's driving me nuts. I don't know what it is, but my ear feels weird. Maybe it was talking about my ears a lot.
It's probably just also sweaty. That happens to me with these. They don't breathe very well.
I don't think that's the case. I don't know. It felt like there was a hair tickling my ear or something. I don't know.
You do have lots of hair.
I have lots of hair.
These animals are fucking running a racetrack around us right now.
I know.
It's a fucking nightmare.
Butters will run around the kitchen, and then he'll come through and jump into his box and then sit for a second, then jump out and run around again. So cute. So fluff.
I can't tell if I have like a canker sore or if I just bit the inside of my lip or if I'm developing mouth cancer. Like it's all in the air right now. I just have something. It's like right inside my bottom lip, right where my tooth touches the lip, it's right there. And so I just keep irritating it.
Well, don't irritate it.
I can't stop poking it with my tongue. I can't stop.
I understand what you mean, though.
Yep.
I had something on my lip the other day.
Yeah, I'm about to just start shoving cotton balls in my mouth and just calling it a day. This is shit's rough. Yeah, but I mean, we're actually recording this during the weekend on time for once, so I'm not like rushing.
I feel
But
like
also,
it's early.
But also, the most important thing happening is the Super Bowl eventually. But that's going to be happening after we're recording this. So whoever won, Tom Brady won. Obviously, it's like
Obviously
he's going to win every fucking time. I don't know why people bet against Tom Brady. It's never a good idea.
Honestly, I don't even know anything about football this season because I can't believe people are playing football during a pandemic.
Right.
That baffles me. Like,
It's okay.
what?
All those millionaires are probably like
Already have the vaccination.
They just get tested every day, and it's probably immediate. Their tests coming back, like it's fucking. So yeah, they're fine. And so I don't know. Maybe I'll go to Atlantis tonight and be like, what are the odds Tom Brady fucks it up for the first 3 quarters, then comes back from a 40-point deficit in fourth quarter? What are the odds on that? I'll put $100 on it because, of course, that's going to happen every time. It's like they whatever team is against them, they think they have momentum, and then Tom Brady sits on the sidelines going Super Saiyan, and then just does it. Like it's just. Like, sure, the Patriots traded him because they need a future 40 years from now, but for this current timeline we're in, he's still the best because he has the powers of a dude that kisses his son on the mouth still, that he's like a middle teenager, and loves Trump, you know? Like, those are the superpowers you get when you're a fucking weirdo. So he has them, and he's going to win. So always put your money on weird white dudes. They're always going to prevail because that's society. Yeah.
I watched a video on TikTok today of a Republican, oh my God, like in the Senate. And he was apologizing for his privilege. He was like, we had to blend in and try to pretend like we were one of them. I think maybe he was referring to the Republicans. Maybe he was a Democrat. I can't really remember at this point, but he was like, but for my people of color, they couldn't blend in at all because, you know, and he was crying and I was just like, fuck yeah, that's right.
It's probably all performative so they can get something
I don't know.
passed
He was
through.
shaking. You can't really, some fear, I don't think can be faked. I believed it.
I don't doubt
he was
that
even wearing his mask correctly.
I don't doubt that he probably believed what he was saying in that moment, but there's not going to be any follow through. Whenever somebody, especially a politician, is that emotional in any moment, that's just so they can get that. Like that means they can fucking come that day, and then the next day they don't actually have to do anything because they hit the news, so that's fine. They then don't have to pass legislation or follow up with any of the things they said because they were shown caring. And for our America, caring is enough, and you don't ever actually have to improve anything. So yeah, I don't ever trust politicians that are like, I'm emotional right now. I'm like, no, I want you to be fucking Bernie Sanders angrily yelling for 30 years about shit that should have happened by now.
Yeah.
And then somebody remembers it should have happened.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't trust any of my politicians to ever get the job done. Ever. And it's just going to keep happening. So yeah, storm the Capitol again. Do it, please. Please keep doing it. At this point, especially if you can't fly or have a job anymore, just keep doing it because at this point, nothing's gonna get done anyway. So just make a bread and circus situation out of it. Keep us all entertained on the internet. Drive up the stocks of GameStop, and I'm gonna open Pokemon cards on the internet or something. You know, like. Nothing is ever going to affect change, really. And if so, the status quo will keep turning for most people, and most people are just fucked. So that's just how it's going to happen. We're all still going to be the pores.
Let's tell everyone about our house and how it's literally falling apart.
Oh yeah, every part's falling apart. I'm just getting spit roasted from every end. So we finally condemned our shitty shower situation. I don't know if I feel like I had Quentin on a while ago and he talked about it for a second, but there's a shower we have that's it's like, I don't even think it's legally even a shower. Like, even when I was buying a house, they were like, so this shower exists, you're probably going to have problems with it. The inspector was even like, technically all the parts are here, but I don't see this being a viable thing for much longer. And I was like, I gotcha.
You bought a house knowing...
I bought a house knowing that the shower sucked, the roof was leaking, there was a guy living here already that didn't really want to leave, and the trees were fucked.
That's a lot.
Yeah. How else can a 20-something-year-old buy a house? I can't just walk up to a place and be like, hello, bank, I'm a single 20-something. Please give me money. No, it has to be like a sunk cost on my end, or else banks aren't going to feel like they're going to get something out of me. Like, the bank only gave me a loan because they were like, oh, he is going to fuck this up and we're going to get a free house. But that, like, I'm not going to let them get a free house out of me. Just like how I won't let them have my GameStop stonks. Stonks. It's real.
A stonk.
Sometimes I just call them game stonks.
Stonk.
So, like, game stonks? Yes. House falling apart. So the shower, the tiles just, like, come up and squish underneath your feet because, like, there's too much grout underneath, and then it gets wet, and then they get extra squishy, and then the water makes it unlevel, so then the water really stays. And so I'm kind of worried that the subfloor is going to be all rotted too. So really, my project for the week is just ripping everything out of that shower. I have condemned it. No one's using it now. I'm ripping everything out, and I just got to start from scratch. I might rebuild the walls in there too, because honestly, I don't know that there's much between that shower and our closet that isn't just one thing of drywall. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to redo that whole thing, and I'm going to do it my way and correctly, because I can't trust anyone to do anything else, and I know that.
Yeah.
So if I don't do it myself, then I won't have the skills to do it again later. When it's like, because I'm probably going to fuck it up anyway. Making a tile shower is always going to be worse than getting a prefabricated tub, because it's tiles and grout. Like, eventually it's going to start leaking. Like, that just happens.
Right. So why are we doing tile then and not the tub?
Because it's not a legal shower that's easily prefabricated. Like, that's not a size people make. And even the doorway is still a sliding closet door that's too small for humans to fit through, because you weren't supposed to walk into it.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a closet, you know? So there, like, it's just got to be tiled up, and then it'll be good for like 20 years if I do it right. Other than that, I'm not going to fucking... Like, I can't just half-ass it. I gotta rip everything out of there so I can make sure every part of it is water sealed. And then I'm gonna get, I gotta mix the cement, remake the floor, then put down a fucking shower lining thing, because I don't think there is one under there. There's no shower liner under there, which is why it's leaking everywhere. So yeah. I'm gonna have to do that because it's leaking underneath the house, and I don't want to rot my entire house.
Yeah. That's what I'm concerned about.
But on top of that, the giant tree in my backyard that the power company decided would be smart to run a power line through, that has now started shedding its branches, not just into our backyard, but into the neighbor's backyard, which apparently made it rain a bunch of branches and knock out his cable. So he's mad. But that's fine, because he won't come talk to me, apparently. He, like, saw my stepdad parked outside, and he was just like, hey, that's an old white man, and he only went to talk to him about it. And Dave was just like, go talk to the owner of the house. I don't live here or own it. And the dude just drove off. So, like, I'm going to pretend like I don't know any of that. Even now, legally, I have no obligation to help him in the slightest. And if he's not man enough to come talk to me because I'm a millennial or brown, whatever it may be, like, he's obviously at least ageist, the fact that he won't come talk to me about my fucking house. Yeah. Like, fine. Whatever, I'm going to get the tree trimmed anyway because I don't want it to fuck up all my shit and keep shedding branches, and I want to be a good neighbor to the people that rent that house, because they also fixed the fence when it started falling over. So, like, I don't want to fuck it up for the people that have to live there, but the dude that owns that house and rents it to them, seems like a fucking dick, which that's fine. He can be a dick. Most landlords are. So, like, I gotta go fix that tree, too, but that tree is behind 2 sheds and in between, like, 3 fences.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a whole-ass project. And that's on top of the whole shower situation. And the third thing was, our toilet was leaking, and it was fucking bumming me out. I was like, I can't have 2 bad bathrooms.
Yeah.
Like, can one of these just be fully functional?
Like, we can only use one shower in one bathroom and one toilet in the other, and it was just so inconvenient.
Yeah, and so...
and that was when we had our cheat day of hell.
Yeah, and so we couldn't even use our own toilet after eating both Little Caesars and Olive Garden, I think. No, we ordered...
McDonald's.
Oh, yeah, because of spicy nuggets.
You had spicy nuggets,
I had lots of spicy nuggets.
Hey, both of you. Stop it.
These fucking animals, man. They never want to play with each other any other time. And then as soon as I fire up the podcast, then they're like, we should play consistently for a long time.
Right underneath the table.
Right next to all the fucking wires.
Yep.
God damn it. Butters already broke the one thing that I used to record with. Can't have him bust on another one.
Is that why it's hanging from the...
Because I don't want him touching any
fan?
Part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so...
honestly, if I were a cat, I'd find this a challenge.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, he already knows he's not supposed to be on any table. Mm-hmm. So if he gets caught anywhere near here, I'm throwing him into the snow. I'm going to go all the way up to Truckee and find snow, and I'm tossing him into it, and then I'm driving away. If he can find his way back, maybe he gets to come back in. He'll have to fight the 3 other neighborhood cats that Cat always fights, and then he can come back in the house.
He's never going to make it.
That's fine with me. Keeps fucking trying to drool directly in my ear and clawing me in the mouth. He can figure it out. Goddamn cats.
He's so cute, though.
Never.
I'm very allergic to cute little butters. Like,
very allergic.
I'm dying over here right now. I'm all stuffy. I'm coughing, and my eyes feel like they're bulging out, and they're constantly crying, if not itchy. And I just can't help it. I love him so much.
And he knows that, and he wants you dead. That's the only reason he ever wants to cuddle you.
I wake up to him cuddling my face, and he's just purring, and my face is in his belly, and I'm like, oh, this is so... Oh, no.
He's purring because he's going, oh, you sweet kill.
Murder.
A nice, easy kill. Just an evil little bastard.
He's so cute. Anyways, this morning he was doing that, and Bobby found out, and he took him away from me.
Mm-hmm. And now your eyes itch.
I just want to snuggle him.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can either pick snuggling the cat and taking entire allergy pills every day, or not and just having energy and being able to breathe.
I don't think either of those are going to work for me.
Exactly. Which is why we keep doing the in-between of you keep snuggling the cat, and then we have to just eat half an allergy pill and be half dead all the time. So yeah, anyway, the house is falling apart. We're falling apart. Everything is a mess. Netflix is dope.
Netflix is keeping me alive.
Yeah, what else is there? I made muffins because my mom brought me blueberries.
So good.
That's about it. There's not much else.
Blueberry muffins.
What else exists in the world? I can't, nothing else has happened. I mean, lots of things have happened. Nothing important enough for me to want to talk about because I don't know shit. Work is dank. Got a lot of work to do. I almost had to give up the 4th day off of your birthday.
The Tuesday?
Yeah, almost. But because work's been ramping up, and I almost forgot they're doing a whole thing where they're flying some of the writers out to an Air Force base to do stuff. And originally I was going to help cover that. But then they moved the dates and everything, so I said, fuck it, I'm taking whatever time off I need, and it's already been approved. But then over the meeting, they were like, okay, yeah, so the 1st through the 5th, we're going to need all this stuff. And they pointed to me and they're like, you're going to be the one that has to, help us be, the person on the ground, because everyone else is going to be either flying or traveling or writing all night to try to get shit figured out. And I was like, I can totally do that, but only starting from the 3rd. And they were like, all right. But then Kelly was like, because Kelly will also be around. So she was just like, well, I'll be here and I'll help figure it out. And also, I already approved your time off. So she was like, I already approved it, and I don't like telling people to take back their time off. So she was like, figure it out.
Thanks, Kelly.
Yeah. So originally I was like, I gotta keep the first. Because like that's Alicia's actual birthday. I cannot take that back. But I was like, I could maybe try to get back on the second and like start working around noon and figure it back out.
Yeah.
And she was like, So I told her like, whenever we get back that Tuesday, I'll log in and at least check to make sure things aren't on fire. But yeah, work is really ramping up right now.
So we're gonna be gone Saturday,
Sunday, Monday.
and we're coming back on Tuesday.
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
The thing is booked for 3 days minimum.
Okay.
Frodo, stop it.
I also made sure that I worked the day before. And then for our little Vegas trip, I've got the day before off and the night. Wait, the night before and the day after.
Did we talk about the Vegas stuff last week?
I don't think so.
Oh,
or maybe
God.
we barely did.
If not, guys, I feel like we might have talked about it for a second, but there's a weird thing called Omega Mart. And it's an art installation by it's an art collective, I think. Yeah, but they're called Meow Wolf, like a cat's meow, and then the animal wolf. I feel like I've ran into them before with some other weird art stuff that's happened, because they're like a 80s futurism interdimensional kind of feel, like lots of stuff with colors and portals and nostalgia. So they play with those concepts, and they now got an art installation in Vegas at a place called Area 15. It's this giant fucking warehouse that they're using for art. And so they built a fake convenience store inside as an art installation called Omega Mart, and within that are these other smaller exhibits of, weird dimensional stuff, kind of off, kind of alien stuff, like as if aliens are pretending to be human, just stuff that's kind of weird. Like, look up their YouTube. They have a bunch of weird videos.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's like 70s throwback mixed with like Adult Swim shit going wrong style of art.
Willie, what's his name?
Willie Nelson.
Yeah, he was in the
he's
in the
deep
commercial.
faked in there. Yeah,
it was pretty cool.
They have a bunch of ads now for like fake products. One of them is just like mammal juice, and it's all the cow shit, like there's milk and cheese and yogurt, and they just have like all that. And then they have one that's like, there's something wrong with these lemons, and they have human eyes on them. And then one that I recently saw was just like, it was like, try our new cold cuts, and it was like DVD cases filled with like capicola and salami and stuff, and then they all just start chanting meat as a picture spits metal hot dogs. Like, it's so weird that I was like, I need to see this. Like, I don't want to miss it. It's only happening for a month, from like February 18th up through the end of March.
Yeah.
And so like the fact that it's this close, I needed to see it.
The second I got home, he was on top of me, like, not physically, but like, he was like, we gotta go see this. Figure it out.
I was like, this is like, it's only going to happen once, and we got to experience this weirdness while these people put it together.
Yeah.
Because there's something about, because it's, art installations like this are important for establishing what other forms of art can do. Like, you need visual artists like this, and fabricators and creative thinkers to create worlds that then can be captured in other things like movies or video games and things. But if you don't have people that know how to create a world like this, or if you don't have people that can like make things like escape rooms interesting, like art has to go behind those type of things. But not only art, it's the math and science behind creating that kind of art. So it's a perfect encapsulation of engineering and science mixed with art that is also trying to not lampoon, but also not further art and science. They're commenting on art and science while also using it in a different package. So it's very interesting to me, and I can't wait to see what they do with it. They've done other stuff like this before. Like they did a forest one.
Yeah.
And inside the
It was really
forest
pretty.
was some kind of like murder mystery. Mm-hmm. And then they also did like a ride in Denver. Mm-hmm. And they also did a house installation that played with like dimensions. You could like walk through the fridge and then you're in a different dimension inside that house. So I'm hoping Omega Mart is like a giant installation of all those ideas. Now that they have, I think they said like the largest space they've ever had, and lots of advertising and money behind it. I guess because I mean they were able to reach me on a YouTube ad. And I don't think I've ever looked at their stuff before. Mm-hmm. And so, like, they just had their tags correctly being like, this guy likes weird shit. Send him the ad at fucking 10 p.m. Mm-hmm. It was so weird. It freaked me out. And I'm so glad I, like, went down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. And it seems to be a pattern for us to go do fun food things.
Yeah.
Fun food museum things around Valentine's Day.
I did the ice cream museum last year.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I really liked the ice cream museum because that one was just straight up like regular fun.
Yeah.
It was almost Willy Wonka-esque.
Yeah.
Just like the colors and the
we got
wonder.
So many good pictures too.
Yeah. And I was very much dressed for that occasion.
You were so cute. He was wearing pink shorts, guys.
Mm-hmm. Pink shorts, my little white shirt.
Yep.
Yeah.
He looked like ice cream.
I looked like the walls. The walls were all pink as well.
Yeah.
I matched that place. It was great.
And then I had my fluffy pink furry jacket and my black sparkly pants. Fun. Are we going to dress up for Omega Mart?
God, maybe.
We should.
I don't know what to wear.
I don't know either.
It's going to be weird.
Yeah.
We'll figure something out. We have a month to plan our outfits.
Mm-hmm. And then have you looked into how we're getting there and back?
Still thinking of driving. The rental car situation. It didn't fall through. I didn't make it yet. But like, it got cheaper the day after I thought about booking it because I like made the cart and then abandoned it. Mm-hmm. But then when I went to go check the cheaper prices, they all went up over for what it was the day before. So I was like, I don't know.
Maybe it's because it's close to Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
The prices are going up for that.
Could be. So I got to like reset it and see. But like I can rent a car anytime. They never really run out of rental cars.
Yeah.
So I'll get that figured out. The good news is that we have our escape plan for Vegas already planned.
Okay. That's cool.
It's just getting there, which is going to be easy enough. Mm-hmm. I should probably get like a hotel or something locked down too. But we can plan this not on the podcast.
I'm just really excited.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. So yeah, guys, go check out Omega Mart. It's going to be interesting and weird. Also watch Firefly Lane. I can't think of anything else to pump right now. I've been trying to make my social media presence more consistent. Mm-hmm. On like the band side and kind of the comedy side. Like I'm trying to at least stick to like one post a week at least. But I used to try to do like every 3 days, but that was back when there was shit to do.
Yeah.
Now there isn't.
It's hard when there's nothing really going on.
Yeah. So those are the things we have going on. Other than that, one of these days I got to like do my correct cocktail of drugs and get the kitchen cleaned up because it's getting fucking gross.
Yeah.
And then, that's life. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll start doing. I really got to start tearing out that shower today, just to get things destructed. Mm-hmm. But that's for me to deal with, and everyone to find out about next week. Yeah. You got any other things?
Not that I can think of.
Well, then let's finish up some Firefly Lane. At least get one more episode in.
Yeah.
Guys, thanks for tuning in. Don't
Bye.
forget to show up to Coffee and Comics every Tuesday and listen to Sad Giants.
Bye-bye.
Oh, my bones.
Oh, no. And we died.